Good morning, fans, and welcome to another great edition of Mountain State Wrestling. I am the voice of tradition, Jonathan Stiles, here with Stephen Hensley. We got a great main event here for you this morning. Former Gift Garage member and new television champion, Ricky Shane, defends that title against Brian Kyle.
Well, that's going to be an absolutely tremendous contest, and I can't wait, after the disrespect that Ricky Shane's shown Brian Kyle over the last couple weeks, to see Brian Kyle, TYFHO, take your freaking head off Ricky Shane tonight. It's going to happen, and I can't wait to see it.
And fans, at this time, we have a major announcement from the CEO of Mountain State Wrestling, Leonard Sims.
Thank you, Jonathan Stiles. This time I would like for the Bunkhouse boys to come down to the ringside area.
My boys.
Good morning, gentlemen.
How are you, sir?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning. How are you?
Good. How are you, sir?
How dare you shake their hand?
And also at this time, I would like for Derek Billings and Brian Kyle, 2/3 of Gift Garage, to come out.
He only called for 2/3 of, not 3/3. They need to go back to a 5th grade math class and learn what 2/3 is.
2nd grade math class.
We all standing behind 3 people.
Hey, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Gentlemen.
That's right. And Bunkhouse boys.
Oh, that's deplorable.
There has been some matches of recent, of which there have been some inconclusive finishes between the Gift Garage and the Bunkhouse boys. Effective immediately, there will be no physical confrontations of any kind until your title match with the Bunkhouse boys on December the 11th in Rand, West Virginia.
Is that because of the confrontation in Alderson? Huh? Is that because of the confrontation?
That's one reason.
If I was a bunch
Is it
of
because
cowards
they
like
tried
the
to eat
Bunkhouse
us?
boys, I'd do it too.
That's the reason?
They're not going to
Make sure, gentlemen, you understand what my ruling is. You want the title match to prove that you all can be champions.
We're Gandhi over here. We understand that the Bunkhouse boys are a bunch of cowards. That's what we understand.
Coward. You want a coward? I'll give you a coward. I'll give you a coward, big boy.
Do it.
I'll give you a coward.
Gentlemen.
We can't lose our title shot. We can't lose our title shot. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Double dog here.
You want to bring the belt?
Soon enough.
Bring the belt.
Soon enough.
Bring the belt. I got it. Just bring the belt. Bring the championship.
And those titles can be taken away from you guys.
We got the title shot. That's where you are.
Also.
Don't lose it.
We're not the ones with the temper problem, Leonard Sims. We're good.
No, just the cheating problem.
Just bring the championship.
December the 11th in Rand, West Virginia.
We will retain our title.
Thank you, gentlemen.
We're just coming after this title too. Come on, come on.
Come after them while you take them.
Come on.
Fans, how about that big news about that tag team title match in Rand? Now, let's hear from Larry Light how you can bring Mountain State Wrestling to your area.
This is Commissioner Larry Light. If you'd like to see the great TV stars of NWA Mountain State Wrestling come to your town, give us a call at area code 304-673-2054 or check us out on the web at mountainstatewrestling.com.
Fans, let's go to the back and get some comments from the Bunkhouse boys on the CEO's decision for the no contact rule between the Bunkhouse boys and the Gift Garage.
Gentlemen, you got some bittersweet news from Leonard Sims this morning. Your reaction to getting a tag team title shot but not being allowed to touch the Gift Garage until that big match in Rand.
we've been warned about the no contact stipulation by Mr. Sims. Now it says right here, we cannot physically altercation with Derek Billings or Brian Kyle before the big match it ran for the tag team titles. I've read it, Bandits read it, it's going to be out on the internet, everybody's going to see it, but it's right here in writing, and we've been warned. But the big match in Rand, you're ours, boys.
Rand, West Virginia, NWA Mountain State Tag Team titles are coming back to where they rightfully belong.
Fans, check out mountainstatewrestling.com for that upcoming date in Rand, West Virginia. Let's get to the ring for all the action.
Terrific opening contest this week, Styles.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, the four-time tag team champions are really going to get a chance to showcase their talents against the up-and-comers, the Baronis brothers.
I know, and we always talk about the weight advantage and the power advantage that the Bunkhouse boys normally have. In this contest, they're going against two guys that they're going to be able to throw around like they're a sack of feathers. Well, quite literally, the weight difference between Baronis brother number one, who number two, whatever you want to call them, is substantially different. Big Willie Blackheart's got about a good 300 pounds on this young man.
Well, but Brent has the advantage then because he's the more wiry of the two in the ring. Yeah, if I was him, I would not try to get in a lockup with Big Willie Blackheart, but I would just be bouncing around that ring like a rubber ball. And stick and move, baby, stick and move.
Well, you can talk stick and move all you want, but right now it appears to me this is the equivalent of watching a Chihuahua try to go to town against a black bear.
Remember that old phrase, it is not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. And the Baronis brothers have major fighting in them. Oh my!
Well, you might want to question the IQ of the dog that will go into a fight against a black bear. I mean, quite literally, look at this, look at this. I said at the beginning, I'm going to keep pushing this whole match until it sinks into your thick skull, Jonathan Styles. The Bunkhouse boys are just dominantly bigger than these two young men. Yes, they can move quickly around the ring, but one thing they may want to do is quickly move towards the exits right now.
No, these two men are so aggressive in their quest to make a name for themselves that I can't see them doing anything but giving 110% here this morning.
Well, what they may want to do is go to church and light a couple of prayer candles if they hope to be victorious against the Bunkhouse boys. You see right now, who number two is circling around the Bandit. The Bandit, collar and elbow tie-up. Who number two comes out of it. Wrist lock and a nice arm bar there. Tagging to his partner, who number one.
The other last down from the heavens by Brandon.
And the Bandit certainly looks to be in some pain right now.
Absolutely, these men are wrenching his arm. Pretty good, and another aloha stomp. Fly high. And there you go, brother.
This is good, effective, sound strategy by the Who's from Whoville. What you want to do in a contest like this is definitely take away one of the limbs of the Bunkhouse boys so they can't put their arms around you and squeeze the life out of you, so they can't manhandle you with power moves.
Wow, what a great double drop kick and penny gear combination. Oh, and if you notice, the other thing that the Baronis brothers aren't doing correctly is they have cut that ring off in half and kept Big Willie Blackheart from making the tag.
Well, that appears to be what they're doing correctly, but I don't think you're noticing here, Styles. The Bandit is slowly working the action of the ring towards his corner bit by bit. And you see who number one going for a drop toe hold. Bandit too strong, but a clothesline by who number two, and he's down on his back.
Oh, that's horrible.
Kick out with authority by the Bandit. Wouldn't expect much less from a man as dominant and strong as he is against a man who is as small as who number two.
And speaking of being dominant and strong, what about that upcoming match in Rand on December 11th where the Bunkhouse boys could become five-time tag team champions?
I've got to tell you, Jonathan Styles, my heart is torn on this one. It's my favorite tag team, the Bunkhouse boys, going against the young men that I believe are truly the future of this business. Two men that I am so proud of that words cannot even begin to describe my admiration for them. Dynamite Derek Billings and a legit hit Brian Kyle of the Gift Garage.
Excuse me, I was a little nauseous there when you said future of the business. The only future
I know
these
it
guys...
makes you nauseous to think about the future of wrestling because one thing is certain, you won't be there, Styles.
Oh, that's a completely absurd. And Dennis is trying to get in there.
You see Big Willie Blackheart just measuring who number two, while the Who's down in Whoville, they say that who number one and two bit off a little bit more than they could chew that day.
Well, why don't you talk about the Lorax? We're going to go for the Dr. Shoe references. I mean, at least that's the movie that's coming out. And now
you see back the action in the ring, though. Big Willie Blackheart just wrenching away.
Brandon.
He has a name?
Yes, he has a name. It's Brandon.
Will wonders never cease? Big Willie Blackheart, bionic elbow to the top of the head of the Who.
And now Big Willie Blackheart doing probably a rookie mistake by taunting Brent when he should be trying to capitalize on Brandon's dizziness.
Well, Brandon appears to be looking for the cat in the hat.
Hey, you got the name right. Good for you, sir. So I gotta ask you, that night in Rand, when you were in the front row eating your nachos, who is it you're gonna root for in that tag match?
Well, Jonathan Styles, I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to impartially call a terrific contest between two top-tier teams.
You impartially calling things is saying that Sarah Palin is friendly to America.
Sarah Palin is friendly to America.
That movie
Yeah, she asked me out one time. I didn't have time on my calendar for her, though.
Moving on.
It wasn't anything personal.
That's horrible.
Nice Irish whip by the Bandit, but the Bandit missing big with that shoulder block there.
Wait a minute, no! Stop short by the power of the Bandit.
Tried to climb a tree that's a little too tall.
Wait a minute, oh, wait a minute, yes!
Holy God almighty, can you believe that one, Jonathan Styles?
Absolutely.
Double monkey flip.
5 minutes has elapsed in the contest, 5 minutes remaining.
But no matter what they do, they just can't seem to come up with a pinfall on the Bunkhouse boys. How many times have we seen the story? The teletape, they go for a cover, and they almost get rocketed through the roof of this building.
They're really going to have to do some aggressive wrestling here and continue to capitalize if they plan on going on with the victory. They can't give either Bandit or Big Willie Blackheart a moment to breathe out there.
Well, they're definitely being aggressive right now. You saw that roll through with that arm drag there. And Who number 2 is just staying on top of things. Body slam attempt by the Bandit, but he just rolls with it. He's staying on top of things, doing exactly what a young, quick man needs to do in a contest like this. Not move out of the way for anything, stay on top of things, duck and dive, and just drag through everything with the tenacity of a pit bull.
And you have to be very impressed by Brandon and his ability out there. 6 minutes has elapsed in the match, 4 minutes remaining.
I'm very impressed that Brandon would dare get into the ring with a man like the Bandit. Nice clothesline, though, a hangman-style clothesline from the man hailing from Lubbock, Texas.
Oh my, what a power move by Bandit.
Pushes him down to the canvas. And you see these young men trying move after move on the Bandit, and the Bandit is too big and too strong, just not moving out of the way for anything, not falling for anything. Big Willie Blackheart has had enough of this. It's like watching ants try to bite away.
And where's the referee? Why is he not doing anything to stop this? Stop!
Big Willie Blackheart, he's just playing the part of the good-natured son, helping out Dad, knocking the ants off his back. And a big splash.
What a horrible
on the
double team
corner.
effort. Wait a minute, the
Sends him in there.
Oh my!
The Bandit just plants him. That's going to be the end of this one.
The winner of the match, the